Shalom. All right. Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the occupants pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth and all truth and sincerity and in diligence. Shalom. All right, real quick, this was on my spirit, man, that, we got to walk in faith, bro. Especially in the times that we're coming into, what we're about to enter into, technological society, things is gonna get, real tight, man. Right, the devil is gonna force humanity into, like a cattle squeeze, like you know, technological society where you're gonna be mandated that you get the digital ID, and he's gonna cause it all, both small and great, rich and poor, right? Free and bond to receive a charagma, that MOTB, right? That microchip. Okay. But in those times, you know what I'm saying? That's whenever Jake, like, which we ought to be doing now, is to be walking in faith, man. And walking in faith is, going into the uncertainty, like, stepping into the dark, knowing you got the light, you know? So I'll start with this. This is Hebrews 11:1 in the GNT. It says, to have faith is to be sure of the things we hope for. All right, to have faith is to be sure of the things we hope for. Because whenever it comes to the time to where you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have the Quran, right? We hoping that the Lord feed us and take care of us, right? So we're going to have to do what? Reading on, to be certain of things we cannot see, right? So the fact of it is that, hey, you're gonna have the charagma to be able to buy and sell, to be a part of society, right? If not, you're going to be exiled from society, right? You're going to be, dismembered from society, cut off from society, right? If you don't have these things, you see. It says, it was by their faith that people of the ancient times won the Most High approval. So possibly we're going to have to have that faith to please Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. So possibly we're gonna have to have that faith to please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, like we doing now, man. Like brothers are in the spirit of now, sisters are in the spirit of now, even children in the spirit, to have that faith, man, for the things that we need in this society, the things that we need in this time, right? The things that we need to never leave us or forsake us. Okay. Look, I'm gonna jump down to verse 17. It says, it was faith that made Abraham offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice when the Most High put Abraham to the test. Abraham was the one that made the promise, yet he was ready to offer his only son as a sacrifice. So the Lord making that promise to Abraham, right, about his seed and his seed, how he was going to bless him. But yet the Lord wanted Abraham to offer his only son as a sacrifice. But yet the Lord was ready to see, it was faith, right? It was faith that moved him to make that sacrifice. But look, it says, yet he was ready to offer his only son as a sacrifice. The Most High had said to him, promise, right? Through Isaac, I was able to raise Isaac from death. And so to speak, Abraham did receive Isaac back from death. Okay. So he had the faith that he was going to raise Isaac up, man. Like, let's see. Salaki. Yeah, man. See, bro, that be bugging me, man. It's like the internet keep going out. Well, like I was saying, man, the word still gonna go out, man. So, man, it is what it is. But like he had the faith that the Lord was gonna raise Isaac up, man. And so that's how Abraham became a friend of the Most High, man. You know, he was known for his faith, bro, and that's why it's such a thing called the the faith of Abraham. You know, so like in these times that we're in, man, we supposed to be leaning on that same faith, man, having that same faith, because it's gonna take faith for us to get out of here, bro. Because it's gonna be real. It's gonna be some heavy times that we coming into, bro. You know, because Esau Edom, he ain't playing no games. He ain't playing no games, bro. You know, and only the elect is gonna have this type of faith. Only the elect is gonna be perfecting their faith. Only the elect is gonna be getting built up on faith, man. You know, going through these straits, you know, these straight gates that we go through, you know, the way we living now. Right now, the life that we living, it really ain't nothing. What we go through really ain't nothing. It's just like, you know, the society that we in, it's like, it'd be like bad, like dang, like certain things that we go through, it'd be like dang, you know, but it's like when you sit back and you realize, bro, and I had to do the same thing, man. You sit back and you realize that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is in control, bro. The Lord is in control. So you really ain't got nothing to worry about, man. And even in your situations, you gotta tell yourself that, man, think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, bro. You know? Think about that, man. And when you sit back, it's like, look, man, the Lord doing this. So the Lord want me to trust in him, man. The Lord want me to lean on him. Okay? Trust not in man. Somebody can tell you something all day, but it don't go the way that they say it's gonna go, man. It's because the Lord got the final say so. So that faith that you have in the Lord, that's what's gonna get you through it, man. Whether it be in your favor or not, man. You know, everything is for a reason with the Lord. All right, like how it was with Joseph when Joseph went to jail. Like shit, to me, it's like, dang, this brother went to jail 2 years. You know, that's shit, that's tough. But hey, look how the outcome was with this brother. You know? So I'm gonna read this. This is Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11:32 in the GNT. It says, should I go on? There isn't enough time for me to speak of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets. Through faith, they fought whole countries and won. So through faith, they fought whole countries and won, man. All right? It says they did what was right and received what the most. They shut the mouths of lions, put out fierce fires, escaped being killed by the sword. They were weak, but became strong, right? They became strong through faith, bro. Because in the situation, you know, look at us, bro. We're like, it says, the scriptures calls us like worms, man, right? But through faith, man, we're going to conquer this devil, man. Through faith, the elect is going to conquer death, right? It says they were weak but became strong. How is that? Through faith. So we got to walk in faith, bro. If it look, though, no matter how it look, bro, and I'm preaching to myself too, no matter how it look, bro, it look jacked up, system may be against you, may be dealing with child support, you may be dealing with a, you know, ratchet baby mama taking your kid from you, you know, your job, just anything, your car, you know, your woman, you know, we got to understand that this is the Lord moving in our life, bro, and we can't kick against the pricks. We just got to have faith in the Lord, bro. You know, understand that the Lord is working the work, because really and truly, bro, what I'm learning in this truth, you know, because it's this little time I've been in this truth, everything that happened, good or bad, it's all for you, for your betterment, you know. if you serving the Lord in truth and sincerity. All right? It says, they were weak but became strong. They were mighty in battle and defeated the armies of foreigners. Through faith, women received their dead relatives raised back to life. You see? It says others refused to accept freedom, died under torture in order to be raised to a better life. That remind me of the seven brothers and the mother, man. All right, because they knew they were gonna come back, man, and it was we were promised the kingdom. All right, some were mocked and whipped, and others were put in chains and taken off to prison. They were stoned, and they were sawed in two. They were killed by the sword. They went around clothed in skins, and sheep, goats, poor, persecuted, and mistreated. All right, this is what happened to the men of the Lord, man. These things like this. But, this is what come with the territory. All right? Is the servant greater than his master? Hey, man, they did Yahushua the way they did Yahushua, man. Did them bad, man. Okay? But you see, in this time we coming in, it's a deliverance coming with this. It's a deliverance, miracles that's going to be worked through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It's going to be salvation that is going to be reaped by the elect, consisting of, the nation of Israel, man. And I say that because there ain't no heathens that's going to be, ain't no heathens a part of the elect, man. All right? So we got to walk in the faith, bro. The faith of our forefathers, the accounts of our forefathers. We got to take hold and remember and recall the things that they went through, right? And how the Lord delivered them. And how, you had martyrs in the faith, but they were what, man? Promised what? A life after life, man. They didn't love their lives unto death, right? Because it's a kingdom coming, man. Right? Yeah, because you're going to have brothers that's going to be put to death. But when you understand the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and this life after this in the kingdom is for you, you're going to inherit the kingdom, bro. That faith, in that time of weakness, you're going to become strong because that faith of holding on to what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said is going to, what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said is going to make you strong, because nobody want to go through the sting of death, right? Nobody want to go through these problems that we deal with every day, having to live this old wretched ass life that we live, man. Gotta go to work every day. Some white man is in control of how, your livelihood, man. When you go to these jobs, he feels some type of way that day, and he ain't gonna make you, your job a living hell, man. Right? This is part of the captivity, right? But hey, man, this is what we gotta deal with. And we gotta have faith through all these situations that we go through, especially what we about to go through, man. Because you got a lot of people that think that Jacob's trouble ain't gonna be, like the prophets say it is, man. But we know that the scripture says it's gonna be like a time that's never been seen before, man. Just never been on the planet Earth. And it's real easy for that doubt demon to creep up on you, man. It's real easy for it to creep up on you to look at, oh, this is what it looked like. Hey, but this is what it looked like. But we know that everything is possible with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? Going back to the definition of faith, right? Reading in the GNT, Hebrews 11:1. To have faith is to be sure of the things we hope for. It's to be sure of it. I'm sure Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to deliver us. I'm sure the Lord is going to feed us. I'm sure he's going to protect us and provide us. To be certain of the things we cannot see, Because, hey, listen, not being a part of this society and this technical, the way our society is going to go in this technocracy, the men of the Lord is not going to be part of that, man. So who we going to have to lean on? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And we're going to have to be sure Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to do all the things that we need, man. Okay? No doubt. Right? And this is what you're supposed to be dealing with and getting built up on right now. All right? Right now. You're not going to just, when these times happen, just have faith. That's what it is. I don't have faith in the Lord. Nah, man, because your faith is being exercised through the trials and tribulations you go through now. You know, and let the Lord come through for you and let the Lord work. Just totally trust in the Lord, man. That's what he wants. Totally trust in me. Trust in me. Let me show you that I got you. You know, Jake be too caught up on the things that he want, man. The things that he want, not the things that he need, not the things. A lot of us, Jake be caught up on things that are really not conducive for his walk. Sometimes the Lord not gonna give you what you want because it's probably not conducive for you, bro. You know. But we have to be sure that Yahweh Shai is gonna be there for us in these times to come, man. Right? Because Esau Edom, he's looking to execute his plan, man. He's looking to conquer the elect, bro. But it won't be so, because it's not written like that. It's written in Revelations that I saw them that have got the victory, right? Come on, man. 30 years. I saw them that has gotten the victory, you know, over the beast and over his image and over the, you know, and over his mark, man. Right? So we're gonna have to walk in faith, bro. Totally lean on Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, man. And this is what we ought to be doing now. All right? No matter how jacked up it look, we just gotta lean on the Lord, man. So, you know, that's really all I had on my spirit, man. Lord willing, edifying. Shalom.